Good evening. Let's call the regular City Council meeting to order. It is Tuesday, January 20th. We are here in the City Council chambers, and the first item on the agenda is a roll call. Clerk Bachman, will you please call the roll?
Mayor Pro Tem Balk.
Here.
Mayor LaRussa.
Here.
Councilmember Parkins.
Here.
Councilmember Schneeman.
Here.
Councilmember Taylor.
Here.
Thank you, full council. The next item on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. For those of you who are able, please stand and face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moved it.
And that's live TV for you, folks. That's live TV.
That was interesting.
That's our next, April Fool's meeting is not for a couple more months. The next item on the agenda is public comment. This is the portion of the City Council meeting where members of the public who wish to address the City Council may do so. We ask that you please state your name and address for the record, and please remember, it's not a dialogue. This is a chance for the public to address the City Council for items that are important and to the community, and we welcome your comments at this time. Is there anybody who wishes to make public comment? First to the mic wins.
Run, Michael.
Not sure what flag we were saluting there for a second. Thank you. My name is Michael Sawicki. I don't know, S-A-W-I-C-K-Y. I live at 21634 Sheffield Drive in Farmington Hills. I appreciate the opportunity to come and speak to you. I'm here today as an attorney and in private practice and one of the magistrates in the 47th District Court. I'm sure most of you know, I don't know if everybody knows, the 47th District Court is the local district court which covers the cities of Farmington and Farmington Hills. We have two judges, Judge Marla Parker and Judge Jim Brady. The court, over many decades now, has really established itself as a kind of a benchmark of consistency and professionalism, has really set the standard for efficiency for really all the courts in the state of Michigan to follow. And for me to have worked as a magistrate in that environment for closing in on 20 years has really been a highlight of my career. Judge Brady is retiring this year, and I'm just here to announce to everybody that I'm going to be running for his seat. I'm honored that I have his endorsement to run. As far as why he would do that, obviously he's worked with me for closing in on 20 years, so, and prior to that I practiced in front of him for many years, so he knows my work ethic, he knows my ability. I think he also, though, respects my commitment to public service. When I was an assistant prosecutor in Oakland County, I advocated on behalf of families and victims of crime to make sure that they receive justice. As a public defender and as a criminal defense attorney in private practice, I advocate on behalf of my clients to make sure that they receive due process and that the system doesn't take advantage of them. And of course, as a magistrate, I work to enforce the rule of law to make sure that everybody who comes in front of me gets a fair hearing. So I think I'm uniquely qualified in that I'm the only candidate who was an assistant prosecutor, a defense attorney, and a magistrate. So I've got the resume, the skill set, the temperament, I think, to step in and take over for Judge Brady and continue the standards that were set by the court. To be honest with you, I'm the only candidate running that will have any judicial experience whatsoever, so I think that's important to maintain. So with that, I appreciate the opportunity to come and introduce myself. I've met some of you in the past. I don't know everybody, but I look forward to maybe meeting everybody while I go through this process, which is really new to me. So thank you very much. If you have any questions about my qualifications or anything I've said, I'm happy to answer them. I've got signature sheets that I've got to get signed to get on the ballot, so I would really love if anyone has it. But thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity to speak.
Thank you for your comment. Other members of the public who wish to make comment at this time? Seeing none, public comment is closed. That brings us to item 4, approval of the items on the consent agenda. Is there a motion?
So moved. Support.
Motion by Mrs. Balk, supported by Ms. Taylor. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carries unanimously. That brings us to item 5, approval of the items on the regular agenda. Is there a motion?
So moved. Support.
Ooh. Motion by Mrs. Balk, supported by Mr. Parkins. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. That brings us to new business. Item 6A, approval of a resolution adopting the Parks and Recreation Master Plan. Mr. Murphy, Mr. Weber? Mr. Weber, take it away.
Good evening, council. The Parks and Recreation Master Plan is a chapter in the city's master plan. Preparation of a formal Parks and Recreation Master Plan gives the city the ability to submit requests for various recreation-based grants, most notably for grants from the Michigan National Resources Trust Fund. The Planning Commission discussed and reviewed the City of Farmington Parks and Rec Master Plan and held a required public hearing at their January 12, 2026 meeting. The commission recommended forwarding the plan to City Council for their review and consideration for adoption. The requested action for City Council tonight, as the governing body of the city, is to adopt the resolution to approve the City of Farmington 2025 Parks and Recreation Master Plan.
Thank you, Mr. Weber. Questions from the council or any discussion? Mr. Schneeman.
First, I just want to thank our consultant for all their hard work over a long period of time in doing a project that had a lot of moving parts because we were doing 3 master plans at once, which is somewhat unusual, but I think for Farmington actually was a really timely and great way to approach what needed to be done at the time. I was fortunate enough to be a part of the steering committee that I primarily focused on the downtown area, but also had a look at some of the others and helped to craft those along with a lot of other input from residents and from people that are interested in the future of our city. So I also want to thank all the volunteers and the incredible amount of time and energy that went into that. Not to mention everybody that answered questionnaires and took the surveys and gave their input that way. And even I want to thank the folks that came out to express their thoughts about the parks plan was it last week, I think, or 2 weeks ago at the Planning Commission. So there's a lot of passion in this community, and I think that's a great thing, particularly when it's around our parks. I'm glad that we're at this point. I think it's, like I said, this is timely. And it needs to pass, and I plan to support it. I do want to say, with regard to the issue that was brought up regarding the loss of a ball diamond, that the reason that I'm supportive of the plan is because it reads that it's something that we may explore in the future. It's certainly not a done deal, and I, for one, would be an advocate of. I try to be a both-and type of person, so that. I think the city has more than enough land that we can explore, satisfying all parties for all different types of sports activities and not giving up a ball diamond. So I think that the plan's sound and plan to support it, and want to thank everybody again for all of their input over the past year.
Thank you. Other comments or questions? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Move to approve the resolution to adopt the 2025 Parks and Recreation Plan.
Support.
Motion by Mr. Parkins, supported by Ms. Taylor. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, council. Next item on the agenda is 6B, special event application for Praise in the Park.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Trevathan. I'm the executive director at Another Way Pregnancy Center, Farmington Hills. Our address is 28552 Orchard Lake Road. And I'm just here again in front of you to request a special permit for Praise in the Park. We would love to host it on July 26th, and I know we're all just dreaming of days in July right now. Last year it was really successful. We had about 500 people attend, people all over Metro Detroit, so that was really exciting. And it's a praise and worship concert, free to the public and open to the community and the greater community as well. And I'm just here to answer any questions if any have come up after looking over the special permit.
Questions from the council? Go ahead.
We just were noticing there's, on our motion, there's, says July 25th, so we would just correct that
Okay.
as we stated, but.
Okay,
26th is the correct date?
Yes.
That's the Sunday.
Sunday, yep.
Okay, because the motion says for Saturday, the 25th, which I did not think was correct.
Yes, Sunday. That way everyone can go out of town and come back for the Sunday afternoon.
Wow.
So anyways, any other questions or thoughts?
Oh, the application says the 25th.
Yeah.
The application that I have says the 26th.
The very first page
Oh,
at the top.
Down, I do see that it's wrong right here. So I can resubmit it to Melissa if you'd like.
I'm sure we can.
Which date do you want?
Sunday, July 26th.
Okay.
There we go. We can make that work.
Other questions from the council? Hearing none, is there a motion? Careful.
Move to approve the Praise in the Park event application for Shiawassee Park on Sunday, July 26th from 4 to 7 p.m. The time was correct?
Correct.
Okay, I thought, oh no, I didn't check that.
Motion by Mrs. Balk, supported by Ms. Taylor. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Looking forward to it, Jennifer. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is 6C, recommended appointments to the Founders Festival Committee. Mr. Murphy.
So back in November, the council passed a motion establishing a new festival committee. And the current committee met to accept applications, which we did. I think there was 10 overall. And we sat down, we looked at them all, decided, we're making a recommendation to council to fill these needs. I can go over these if you like. At that same meeting, council wanted 3 members of the 3 residents rather than just 2 that we had suggested. So for the 2 businesses, we had the DDA make those recommendations. That would be Ryan Kavanaugh from Heights Brewing and Carlin Cassidy from Legato Salon. The 3 residents were recommending Ron Cook, Taylor McAvoy, and Trevor Medema. And then there's 1 council person, DDA director or their designee, city manager or his designee, public safety director or their designee, DPW superintendent or their designee. And then we're also recommending that we have a library liaison, which would be Maria Showich Gallup, who was one of the applicants, and she's very involved with the Founders Festival. And we thought that would make a good round team.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. Mrs. Balk, anything to add, or?
I just wanted to say that we had a hard time choosing.
They were all good.
Did. And so one of the ways that we kind of looked at it was trying to pull in some people, like we had some people that were really involved in other things, and so we were trying to kind of give some new, but also then we had some variances in age. We had people who'd been here for a really long time, as well as newer people not super new, but, you know, we had just kind of some really different perspectives. And so it was, and as you can see, we proposed, that was our way, because we were really struggling. And we really did think that because the library is so actively involved with the festival, that it made sense for there to be a library liaison. And since Maria had applied and is so active and has already kind of fills that role in a way, that it would kind of be a bonus to do that. So we didn't want anybody to not feel loved, because it was really hard.
Thank you. Questions or comments from the council? Ms. Taylor?
we don't have a city council member designated, so I'm going to go ahead and suggest that that be John Balk.
Oh,
I just didn't write her name down.
Well, she's not on here.
I will gladly stay as the liaison. I feel like I should see it through.
Yeah, absolutely. I do not envy you having to. I know a lot of these good folks by name, and a lot of them are personal friends of mine. So I hope nobody's too disappointed that they didn't make the committee. And I know you have to make choices somewhere. So
I thought you meant that you didn't.
didn't what?
that you felt bad for me being on the committee because all the work I'm going to have to do. Sorry. That's what I was thinking, but.
That too.
That too? Oh, okay.
Anyway, thanks for doing this.
My pleasure. But you all have to come out and celebrate my birthday, which is always the weekend of Founders. And this year it's Saturday night. So I'm just going to throw
That means,
make-
okay,
gotta
the
make
beer
it all
tent's
about
got
the
this.
city throws me a party every year.
It's perfect.
Helps my husband out so much. He never has to do anything.
Thank you. If there's nothing further, is there a motion?
Move to approve the proposed Founders Festival committee members as presented.
Support.
Motion by Mr. Parkins, supported by Ms. Taylor. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carries unanimously. That brings us to item 7 on the agenda, presentations and public hearings. The first is item 7A, the Holly Days recap. I see Ms. Campo is at the ready. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Annette Campo on behalf of the Campo Medema Real Estate Group, and apparently one of the new people on the Founders Festival Committee. So how cool is that? So wanted to recap Holly Days, close out the application, as well as request December 5th, 2026 for Holly Days, which seems so far away, but yet it will be here sooner than we know it. I just want to play a quick video so you can see the recap of the day.
In the heart of Farmington, when December arrives, a tradition awakens and magic comes alive. Holly Days returns with wonder to share, where families gather in the crisp winter air. At the Farmington Farmers Market, the season takes hold. With greens, gifts, and giving, stories waiting to unfold. The Holly Express rolls through Riley Park with glee. Magistrate Michael Sawicki helps families ride free. At the Detroit Garage, Santa's waiting there, with photos and laughter filling the air. While crafts and stories with Mrs. Claus at the Farmington Library unfold, where children gather round for tales of old. Carolers sing and characters roam. In downtown Farmington, everyone feels at home. As daylight fades and the evening draws near, the Light Up the Grand Parade brings holiday cheer. Through downtown they march with music and light. Campo and Medema Real Estate Group leading the night. At the Governor Warner Mansion, beneath the starlit sky, the tree lighting begins as the moment draws nigh. Together they count, together they stand, and light floods the night across this magical land.
Mrs. Claus and I love coming here to Farmington, And from us and everybody in the North Pole, we would love to wish the whole city of Farmington Merry Christmas.
In Farmington, where memories are made, where tradition and togetherness never fade.
From our family to yours,
Happy holidays! So I want to formally thank City Council, leadership of the City of Farmington, as well as Walt and his team. This is a community project, and every year I get goose pimples when I see this video as a recap from the day, because it really is a collaboration of every piece of our community. And so it's very humble to say that we had an incredible day. A little bit warmer would be nice, however, no rain, and no incidents, once again. So going into our third year, we would like to designate December 5th of 2026 to be holidays again in our beautiful community.
Thanks, Annette. Questions or comments from the council? Mrs. Balk.
Just thank you. It's such a magical day. It's one of our favorite. It's just so much fun because, it's a beautiful time of year, and yet I don't know, it's just really fun to just go out in the dark with all the kids and the lights and all the things, and everybody's out after dark enjoying walking down the street and just enjoying everyone else.
Yeah, the retailers also commented on attendance in their stores, which was really, really exciting. We had the most participation with specials during holidays that we did a lot of social media at literally no cost to the merchants to make sure that we're getting people into their stores. So, we know they struggle, right? We're a small town, and getting people into their stores in between activities was a plight of the committee this year. And so we're really excited to find out that, people were going in very robustly. But we also had a lot of the carolers, I know, working with Walt, his connections with music, my connections with music. You couldn't be on a sidewalk in Farmington without hearing someone singing. And so just that's huge. And so they stepped into businesses as well. So we did have a recap. We have some neat changes that are going to be taking place in 2026, which you'll see on the application. Nothing major, nothing crazy, but just want to sharpen the pencil a little bit better and pull off even a more successful event.
Other comments from the council? Annette, great job. Your team, it's not a light lift. It takes a lot. It takes a village, or in this case, a city, and, your leadership is a big part of that. So on behalf of a grateful city, thanks for making Christmas time so special in our town. And thank you to all the sponsors and every single person who lifted a finger to make that day happen, because it was a lot of work and it did not go unnoticed. And thank you so much for all you do for the community.
Thank you.
Item 7B, the farmer's market. Mr. Gajewski, the floor is yours. Oh, a roaming microphone. Well, this bodes well. I have a feeling the entertainment quotient's about to increase.
Man, that was a very tough act to follow.
I agree.
Don't hold your breath. Okay, as I can, I'm a Mac guy.
Oh, she needs.
It's okay, nobody's perfect.
Should be up here. Nope, that's not it. 25, 26. This should be, one of them's a PDF, and one of them's a PowerPoint.
Right here.
But I think the one that. And then so you just punch this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, everybody can hear me? And let's go to slideshow. First, we have to enable the content here, right? Because I'm going to pull up a video. All right. And let's do slideshow from beginning. Okay, that should work. Okay, well, thank you for inviting me to speak about the market. Every year when we do a little presentation like this, and so this one will be fairly brief, but it does include, I think, an impactful video I think you're going to enjoy. And my main purpose, though, is to seek your consent to open the market for the 2026 season, and I'll walk through some dates shortly. So, one of the things that we did as a market in 2025, with your support, consent, and approval, was to institute a new recycling program, a food waste recycling program in the downtown, working in conjunction with Mike Zappa over at Raysoc. And I thought I'd just show this to you because I think it might add a little more depth of meaning to the decision that you made. And this is a quote that we feature on our website. It comes and goes throughout the season, but it's always impactful, and it is that the soil is the great connector of lives, the source and destination of all, the healer and restorer and resurrector by which disease passes into health, age to youth, death into life. Without proper care for it, we can have no community, because without proper care for it, we can have no life. Thank you, Wendell Berry, an American writer, environmental activist, and a farmer. So this is Bill Gass. Farmer Bill Gass has been with the market since its inception back in 1993, and I wanted to, get a shot of Bill here because he's turning 83 years old. And then it occurs to me that at the young age of 69, I can be back here in 14 years for my 30-year pin as I enter my 16th year of service to the community and running the farmers market here. Hopefully I have sensibilities. Anyway, I'll get right into it. Milestones and forward progress from last year's market. Attendance was down just a touch. We came in at a little over 119,000, a little over 1,000 less than the year before, and we track the temperatures, and we do a lot of estimating and clicking into the market. And we struggled in May. It was very cold in May, and it was very cloudy, not a lot of sun. But Michigan being what it is, it flips quickly, and you go from 55 to 90 in a hurry. And we did have 4 or 5 impactful days that were also in the 90s. And amazingly, while that did impact attendance, we were not so much impacted by rain. We had one rainy Saturday, and it happened to be the first time in the history, at least of my doing the farmers market, that we had to close the market because the storm came through. Public safety came by, recommended it, came back again 5 minutes later and strongly recommended it. And it was a good move, and we did shut the market down without any issue at all. But overall, our attendance, kind of wafted down from 4468 in 24 to 4265, so around 200 people a week or so. That's a pretty small blip. But we did increase our followers on Facebook, social media. Last year when I was here, we had just over 10,000 followers. Now we're over 12,000. So that's good, solid organic growth. That's just people of their own finding out who we are. The amazing statistic is that we had 1.3 million views on our Facebook page last year, which is, so what does that mean? How do you compare that, right? Well, we're a city of 11,000, 12,000 people. To get over 1.3 million views is pretty astounding. So either the people here are going to our Facebook page a lot, or they're getting help from the outside. And hopefully some of those faces are coming to Farmington on Saturday, and I think they are. Revenues over expenses. We've always done a good job with our bookkeeping, and last year marked the 15th consecutive year where revenues exceeded expenses for the market. Volunteerism is very strong. In fact, our volunteer coordinator, Teresa Miller, is with us tonight, and I think, Teresa, you're coming back in 2026? Thank you. Teresa manages over 30-some volunteers, 70 hours or so a week of volunteers. She keeps track of it and then have to schedule everybody in, schedule everybody out. And across 27 or 28 weeks, it's a commitment of time. And Teresa's there just about every single Saturday. I don't think you miss one, right? That's running in from the airport, right? We were also, we've been a business incubator. I think we know about, Canal joining the Market Chocolate Chip Bakery. We work with Ground Control and Blue Hat when they were getting their feet wet in the community. Late last fall, Rose Best opened up in downtown Farmington. Rose has been a farmer's market vendor for probably at least 10 years now. So that's good news when a farmer's market can help businesses grow in the community, start in the community. One thing that I'm really proud of is, we had vendors come and go every year. We lose some for various reasons. People move away, they retire, they grow their families. But it's always exciting to add another farmer grower, and we added a certified organic farm, 2 track acres, which you can see in this picture, which now brings our total grower, farmer, forager, producer count up to 15 farmer growers. So that's really the drive behind the market, and that's what differentiates our market, probably more so than anything with respect to other community markets. We have the meats. Okay. Fusilier, I talked about Bill Gass. I talked about an organic farmer. Another longtime farm, the Fusilier family farm, which works very closely with the DDA, like for seasonal props, all the greens that you see around town, you usually purchase from them. They were selected as the Master Grower of the Year by the Michigan Farm Council. They're a 6th-generation farm, and just like Bill Gass they helped start this market back in 1993, so long-standing commitment to the community. We talked about the food waste recycling program. Great program, by the way. We're there every week, right? And I think it's getting a lot of good use, and I think that will continue to grow next year. We hosted a delegation from Bacri, Italy. We produced a video for it, which is on our Facebook page and website, and I think on the city Facebook page and website. And also we work with the assistant city manager to host the master planning process initiatives that took place a couple occasions at the market. Premium space, by the way. Thank you. All right. So this is a little bit of the vibrancy that you see that goes on. It's a work of art what these farmers do, but unfortunately, here we go. Yeah, it's really, I think, what drives this market and makes it unique that you can be especially proud of is how we embrace the resources that we have in this community, which are very plentiful. And just a couple of examples here is the annual Police and Pancakes event, which is now, I think, entering its 4th or 5th year. Also, this past year, the Secretary of State's office, knocked on our door and ended up coming several times. They're already calling me to come with more dates at the market, and they provide a variety of services. First time Michigan or driver's license renewals, title transfers, et cetera, et cetera. So just to run down a little real quick here, I talked about working with the Master Planning Committee, Farmington Beautification Committee, the DDA, Public Safety, the libraries, the schools, several commissions at Farmington Hills, Oakland County Parks, CARES at Farmington Hills, the Neighborhood House, the Farmington Hills Foundation, the Oakland County Health Department, RASOC, and on and on. I mean, you can see how people can really get connected at the farmers market and enjoy it as a resource. So there's a lot of two-way communication engagement that goes on. It's not just transactional. So for 2026, we are proposing to open the market on Saturday, May the 2nd, for a 28-week season that would end on Saturday, November the 7th. There's some special dates I'll run through real quick. Opening day is always a treasured event. In fact, doing this presentation helps kickstart me into the season. I've already been on the phone today with the high school, the new incoming band director to secure the band, as well as the color guard, and on, and also starting to think forward for America 250, as July 4th happens to fall on a Saturday this year. We kick off our Children's Power of Produce program in June. We have our signature events like our Strawberry Shortcake fundraiser, ice cream socials, Founders Festival. I will say I had a very, very long conversation with the new incoming festival operator. He called me yesterday. We exchanged contact information and how the market might work with the event. At this time, both of us are in agreement that as of right now, the best place for the market is where it has been, which is at Farmington High School. However, I do have a lot of contacts in the areas of artisans and crafters that might benefit the event and to improve in that area, which I think there's a lot of interest in that. So I'll be having dialogue with JAG. I think it's JAG is what it's called, as we go forward. So that was a good conversation. And December the 5th, we're all in for holidays. So thank you very much for this opportunity. And I'll just step back for a second, rest my throat here for a minute, and let you enjoy this video. If we can pull it up here. Now, why is this not working? I enabled the content, but, oh, it was such a good video, too. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Well, I was supposed to say, that's all, folks, after you saw it, but it's not pulling it up, unless somebody can figure this out real quick, but well,
We'll wait.
this is an internet link that's embedded in here, and it was working fine, and I enabled it, but that was on my Mac. So, but anyway, maybe the video's another time. I only had 5 minutes on agenda. Pardon me?
You want to pull it up on the website?
We could try it.
Annette, are you helping with that?
I'm going to try here.
Okay.
It's connected to Wi-Fi.
Oh, that would be a thing.
Yeah, we're already on. So type in the website.
Okay.
Or tell me. If you were a girl, we could be Thelma and Louise. Funny, did he?
10. Farmers.
It's right there.
Oh, here we go.
Just click right here. Yep. And then click right here. And then where is it on here?
Okay.
Right here. Just hit
So,
this one. Here's your microphone.
One of the things that we do, that I do behind the scenes, I do a lot of farm inspections, and the community seems really, grateful for it, and I think it adds a lot of credibility to what we do, and I think you'll appreciate a little bit as you view this video of the Gates family farm that we captured mid-last summer. Not coming up. How do we cast it?
Welcome to Farmington, Michigan.
It's back to my presentation. We want to go to the internet or the website. There you go.
Windows
or we could pull it up off the.
Again, a town where Saturday mornings mean more than shopping from May through November. Neighbors, farmers, and artisans gather in the heart of downtown to share food, stories, and a sense of community. Today, Walt, the market manager, heads out to Gates Family Farm for one of his favorite parts of the job, the inspections.
Looks like we got a beautiful day here.
Yeah, be ready to start sweating.
Let's get started. Got a cup holder in there? Excellent.
Every visit starts the same. Walt asks questions. The farmers have answers.
Now, have you been growing okra a long time, or is this something you do?
About 6 years.
What kind of a market do you have for gourds in Farmington?
They're sold out before lunch every day.
Sold out.
For more than 200 years, the Gates family has worked this soil. Each generation added crops, adapted methods, and today, the focus is on sustainable farming practices, using fewer chemicals, growing food the right way.
We used chemicals when we started out here in the early years, and now a lot of the greenhouses are completely furnished with all kinds of compost, is organically approved, so that there's nothing in there that's harmful at all.
There are people that come to market and it just makes them feel good to be able to have access to produce that is growing naturally and pure.
So in this field here, you can see our multi-species cover crop. We grow this to enrich the soil for the following year's crops, so that the produce is a multivitamin for you.
Certified organic sunflower oil. Imagine the possibilities.
Back at the market, these stories come together. Each table is more than food for sale. It's tradition, adaptation, and care. Shopping here means supporting the families who work the land and the neighbors who depend on them. Come hungry, bring a bag, and shake the hand that feeds you.
Ken Burns couldn't have done it better, Walt.
That's all, folks. Questions?
Questions from the council? Comments? Ms. Taylor?
I would love to hear if you have any ideas yet about what you're going to do for America 250. I think that's.
It's a big day for Farmington. It's been a big week for Farmington. As many of you may already be aware,
It's the
we
Acri
signed a
video.
friendship city agreement with the city of Acri, Italy earlier.
I was saying.
Kind of like to know that too, because we just started today. We have reached out to President and Mrs. Lincoln. We're kind of waiting to hear back there. We're going to be working with Brian Golden and his Civil War band. I think Peggy is going to make some contacts for a reenactor, Runaway Slave. And I sent you guys a ChatGPT itinerary of all the things that a small town farmer's market can do for America 250, and it goes from the ceiling to the floor. So I'll be glad to share that hit list with you once we whittle it down a little bit. But we do plan on celebrating it in some special way.
That'll be awesome because Farmington doesn't traditionally do anything for the 4th of July. And I think this will be the first time that I can remember that we do. And the farmers market is such a natural place for it. It's everything that's American and everything that's good about our country.
Right on. Yeah.
I also, I'm encouraged to hear that you're thinking about maybe doing something in conjunction with the Founders Festival with artisans and crafters. That sounds great. People have been asking for it a lot. I am one of those people. I urge you to consider keeping it downtown if that is something that's feasible during the Founders Festival. It is so iconic, and it brings so much, in my opinion, to the celebration of all things Farmington, to have it downtown instead of at Farmington High. Now, I know you know better than me what the logistics are, but I feel like you and JAG Enterprises can probably work something good out.
Well, to keep the discussion brief, I think, for purposes of why I'm here today, the market is impacted by the color run, and the market is impacted by the parade, and it's really the street closures to accommodate those events. And when you add those two together, it spans a time frame of roughly 8 a.m. until around 11:30, 11:45. And it's during that time that we do a lot of waiting to kind of open the market, right? So the high school has it's worked out. The city provides insurance for it. The school board has approved it. I did talk to the festival operator about possibly maybe expanding the footprint of the festival a little bit through the town by maybe working together, have like a shuttle service, because we only use part of the parking lot at Farmington High School. There's a ton of open parking that people could park there, take a shuttle in, enjoy the festival, and come back, shop the market. Maybe it's an idea, and this is the time of year to entertain that kind of thing. So more to come, and we'll be talking.
I look forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Other comments or questions from the council? Public comments coming up, Peggy. I mean, Walt, I'll just add my congratulations on another awesome year. I mean, every year you come in with a great summary of, I don't even know how you summarize 30 weeks of work like that. I mean, that's got to be a big chore to sit there and look at all the things that you've done and that the market has done, and that all these volunteers who weekly show up and perform this miracle on a Saturday, it's awesome. So thank you for your leadership. I thank all of the volunteers that make the market possible. It's a gem in our town. It's something that people have written about, have talked about. I go all over the state, and all I hear is, "I've been to your farmer's market." It's really gratifying. And it's a testament to the work that you and the team put in week in and week out every year. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. It's a great summary. I think we all share that together. And it takes all of us together, too.
100%.
Thank you.
Well, should we take an action, or because I didn't have anything in the packet. So do we need to approve the dates tonight, or?
You can. Sure.
Okay. Is there a motion? Does anybody want to take a swing?
I'll move to approve the dates for the 2026 Farmington Farmers and Artisans Market as presented.
Support.
Motion by Ms. Taylor, supported by Mrs. Balk. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Not surprised. Motion carries unanimously.
Big win. Thank you.
Good job, Walt, as usual. Thank you very much. That brings us to item 8 on the agenda, public comment. This is the second portion of the meeting where members of the public who wish to address the city council may do so. Are there any members of the public who wish to address the council at this time? No, you can't. Name and address for the record.
Peggy Castine, 22658 Brookdale, Farmington. I just wanted to point out that the 3rd annual Apple Dessert Bake Off will be back this summer, and we're looking again for an MC. So I'm asking you, Mayor, if you could do it again. But please spend a little bit more time at the market this time.
The judges, for the record, the judges sent me on a coffee run that took the better part of like an hour. So unfortunately, in trying to serve, I got harangued and was unfortunately, clearly I need to serve less. Thank you, Peggy. I'll take that note. Thank you for your comment. And I think we can arrange to have an MC there for you. Any other public comment? Seeing none, city council comments. Any members of the council wish to make comment? Mr. Parkins?
Yeah, so sometimes we come to these meetings and, you know, you got some stuff on the agenda that you're just like, oh boy, it's gonna be a rough meeting. And those meetings are important and we're all here for them. But this is a fun meeting. I mean, to come and hear about the success of Holidays, thank you Annette and Trevor, the success of our farmers market, thank you Walt, and to start planning our Founders Festival, which they've got some work ahead of them, but going to be very successful. Approving our master plan. You know, this is a good meeting, and it just makes you feel good to be a part of the community that, you know, we all know and love so much. So that was it. Just great way to kick off the year.
Thank you, Mr. Parkins. Other members of the council wish to make comment? Seeing none, that brings us to item 10 on the agenda. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Support.
Motion by Mrs. Balk, supported by Ms. Taylor. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carries unanimously. We're adjourned at 7:51.